Round 2 time. We've got good mana, good spells. Alright, keeping. On the draw, ooh, Fiery Impulse. Pretty nice thing to open here. Let's see, he's playing another forest deck. Okay. I do have this Pyrotechnics that could make Leaf Gilder an easy card to pick off, but I'm definitely just going to make the mana efficient play here and kill it with Fiery Impulse. Don't want him to ramp if I can avoid it. Looks like he keeps a 2-lander on the play and doesn't get there on the 3rd land. Another thing to note is he's playing a 70. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6 is 9. He's playing a 78 card deck. That's a little unusual. So he's still missing land drops. Fortunately, I can't punish him. Just play out my spells. He finally plays Call the Scions. And I figure I can fire off a Chandra's Fury end of turn here, just so he doesn't ramp into anything or deal me any extra unnecessary damage. It also allows me to play Treasure Cruise for 5 mana and 3 delve this turn. And I hit no land, so I have to discard. Discard a Touch of the Void, and turns out he's not mono green, he's green red. So another green red deck, but this one doesn't seem to be as aggressive. Impact Tremors, okay, maybe he's more of like green red tokens. Some sort of token ramp deck. So I decided to just Arc Lightning his guys and deal 1 to him just to keep the board clear, because it also allows me to leave Bone to Ash open, which I think I'll probably just cast here just to cash it in. Saves me from taking 3 damage from the Impact Tremors. You're gonna land a Hooting Mandrills? Nope. Just Twin Bolt me? Ugh. That's not that good. Alright, so we're drawing some lands. We can Treasure Cruise. And we can Tormenting Voice, ship another land. And so that I don't discard, I'll just torch him with a touch to the face. He has no follow-up play, which is unfortunate. So I'm just going to start torching him to the face. I got plenty of burn in hand. He tries to touch my face, so I figure I might as well counter it with Spell Shovel while I can. And then my sequence is going to be Sarkhan's Rage, end of turn, and follow it up into Pyrotechnics for exactly lethal. Draw the Chandra's Fury. And this is more what I expect. I don't know what his deck was doing, but their life total is at 0, and I still have, a lot of burn in hand. That's more of what I expect this deck to be able to do. So, let's go to game 2. So, I figure he's got to have some ramp targets, because he had a bunch of cards in hand, wasn't making land drops, wasn't doing anything. He could have had some removal spells in hand, but he played Leaf Gilder or whatever. So yeah, so that made me think he had ramp targets, so I'm fine leaving in. I cut some number of Fiery Impulse, but I have plenty of ways to deal with tokens, and then a couple ways to deal with ramp targets, just in case. Impact Tremors is annoying because I don't have any way to interact with that other than negate. So I'm going to be taking some damage from these Scions. I figure they're going to go down to this Chandra's Fury, so I might as well hold out a turn. I do need to hit a land drop, but I'm fine just taking a little bit of damages. Tapping out for another Call of Signs. I figure I'm taking 2 from it now. I'm going to let him attack me, take 2 more from it. I might as well just Spell Shrivel it and use my mana. And I draw perfectly. I draw the untapped land, so it lets me play my tap land for my 4th turn, take 2 more for this 5th turn, hope that he plays nothing super relevant. And Eyeless Watcher, it's a little rough in that I have to take 3 damage, but all of his creatures are going to die to my Chandra's Fury. That's really just a 2-for-1. But At least I'm not taking any more damage. And he has no follow-up play. Goblin Heel Cutter would be annoying, but luckily I did leave this Fiery Impulse in here. It would be really annoying because all my other removal spells are sorcery speed and wouldn't be able to deal with it. So I kind of got lucky. Kept some Fiery Impulse in the main. Call the Scions, alright. Slightly annoying. Tormenting Voice, I should probably cast it. I can get rid of something. I guess I Arc Lightning first thing, just to kill his tokens. And discarding Rolling Thunder, I guess. I don't have that much mana out, so I think I'm fine with it. And instead of leaving Fiery Impulse open, just discarding this Treasure Cruise, or casting this Treasure Cruise. And then he Twin Bolts me on his main while I'm tapped out, but not a big deal. Gain 1 life with one of my lands. He gains the life and does nothing. Allows me to play Chandra's Fury end of turn. So now I'm just going to start counting damage and burn spells. Kind of would have liked to have that Rolling Thunder back now. He plays 7-drop Rune Processor. Okay. So I have the Disdainful Stroke for it. And he could process and go up to 16. But he chooses not to. Got another one? Nope. Kozilek's Channeler. I guess I Spell Shrivel it since I don't know if I'll have more Spell Shrivel targets. Not really drawing my burn spells now, which is a little annoying. And he's got Eldrazi Devastator. Holy crap. I think I might as well Bone to Ash that. And that allows me to Chandra's Fury end of turn. Down to 7. Ooh, finally I draw my Rune Processor. And I get to gain 5 life. Puts me firmly ahead. Got that lethal creature in play. What has he got? A Rune Processor, and I do not have Disdainful Stroke, but I do have Claustrophobia. And so I go with Treasure Cruise. Claustrophobia is Guy. And beat down, and looks like I'm pretty safe. Kill this guy and beat down for lethal. So yeah, so that's more how I expect games to play out. His deck didn't put a lot of pressure on me though. Like Impact Tremors wasn't enough damage, and he was kind of a schizophrenic deck of tokens / ramp. In game 1 he just never got enough mana in play to cast the ramp cards, I guess. But Call the Scions and Atlas Watcher are a little weird for a ramp deck because you have to sack them to get these things out early, but maybe he thinks that's good, I guess. Too much of the removal like Oblivion Strike and again Bone to Ash Sweep Away kind of nullify the play in Claustrophobia, so I think just going wide with a bunch of tokens might be even better, and using dash creatures, again, pretty good. Actually just kind of gave me an idea. Yeah, I could see playing just a mono red deck with all token makers and Impact Tremors and dash creatures. And you could still play, like, you could play Trumpet Blast, you can play Titan Strength, you could play, you know, Arc Lightning and Fiery Impulse and stuff like that. Boulder Salvo to kill the X4s, and then like Goblin Heel Cutter to make big creatures not be able to block. You could even play Chandra's Fury to clear the way of tokens. Ooh. I like that. I'm gonna brew a mono red aggro, maybe like a token dash. Because here's another cool thing about Impact Tremors: you can just play a creature with dash and then return it to your hand and not attack with it. So let's say, you know, they have a 5 Rune Processors in play, but they're at, you know, 5 life. And you have a bunch of tokens in play you can jump block with. You can just play like 3 dash creatures, don't attack with them, return them to your hand, deal 3 damage to them, and then do the same thing next turn. So yeah, I'm going to work on that brew. All right, stay tuned for round 3.